So I'm getting around to making the best judoka of the year videos for each weight category. And one person in particular who stood out this year, Tajima Goki. I mean, he's not competing at the Tokyo Grand Slam, which is coming up tomorrow, but he just had an incredible 2023, and he probably won't be my pick for best judoka at under 90s, but I do just want to talk about this incredible short period of time that he had in early 2023. So it starts on the 24th of March in Tbilisi, and from there, in the span of 2 months, he competed in 4 competitions. And the first one in Tbilisi, he had no coach, which is just incredible. And you'll notice if you just have a look at in the background of these clips here, you can see in the coaching box, he has no one in his coaching box. I'm not even sure if during this time he brought a training partner. I think he might have done this all by himself based on, what he was saying on Instagram and Twitter. So despite coming alone, he ended up facing Beka Uri, and he did lose this fight, but it was still a pretty good fight. Beka Uri, I mean, he's destroyed almost every Japanese competitor that he's gone up against. But Tajima did really well in this fight, only losing at the very end. And it was kind of, Tajima's mistake that Beka Uri capitalized on. It wasn't like Beka Uri went out there and just demolished him. Here's the mistake coming up now. But you see Tajima, he tries to go in for the close pickup, the Yagura Nage. But Beka Uri, that's where he lives, right? He's very good at that sort of stuff. So gets a Wazari score here. But even then, losing to Beka Uri, goes into the repechage and faces another Georgian, Givanashvili, and just throws him with this incredible technique. And if you've ever seen Tajima's judo, it's pretty spectacular. Comes in with big kind of sore surikomi goshis and just throws people through the roof with them. Speaking of which, here's one of them now. And it's really surprising to see Givanashvili go over like that. I can't remember the last time he was thrown with such a massive ippon. Look at that. And so he gets through Givanashvili in the repechage, goes into the bronze medal contest, and then another huge ippon. And just remember, guys, he's doing this with no coach, no support, and that was a hell of an ippon. Even make sure to check on his opponent, see if he's okay. But this is just the beginning, guys. So a bronze at Tbilisi, and then about a week later, he returns to Japan, and that is quite a bit of travel time, cutting weight and all that by yourself. Comes back to Japan, and he's competing at the selection tournament they have every year that kind of helps them decide who's going to be, in the B team and the A team, who's going to be their top selection, or at least in consideration to be selected for each weight category. And he manages to get all the way to the finals. This is him against Baker Mashu. You might recognize the face. Also made it to the finals, which is pretty surprising. We hadn't really seen Baker Mashu in a while. But then these two had a good fight. Tajima putting in more attacks. And then at the end, gets a nice counter. Little bit of a scramble. Both guys trying to go for it here, which is really nice to see. Gets on top, Wazari score, and into the Saikomi. So within a week, I think it's about a week, 10 days, takes gold at the selection tournament in Japan. And then within the same month, April, this was April 29th, competes at the All Japan Open Weight Tournament. And let's just remind ourselves that this is an open weight tournament, and usually it's mostly heavyweights, mostly people who are above 100 kgs. And here's Tajima, he's under 90s, throwing these big boys. Look at this huge throw. And watch his elbow smash his opponent's face as he goes in for the sode. I've had this done to me and it's not pleasant. But to throw someone plus 100 with this throw, it's absolutely spectacular. So Tajima in this tournament got all the way to the semifinals. And he was up against Ojitani. I think Ojitani is 140 kgs. Gets counted here. Ochigaishi. But he went for it, and it's pretty incredible for a judoka who is under 90s to make it all the way to the semifinals. So he did get a bronze medal for this. I'm not sure if it's a medal that they get or a certificate or something, but still an incredible result nonetheless. And then 2 weeks later, he was at the World Championships in the team event, and a lot of people in the Japan team, like a lot of the high-level guys, Ono Shohei for example, they might come out for one match, but Tajima was there from start to finish, played a pretty important role, got 3 wins to his name. He did lose one match to Igornikov, but here he is against Maizaradze, who is the under 100 world champion, getting a Wazari score here. So Maizaradze just crowned world champion and then losing to Tajima, a judoka who is at a lighter weight class. And here's the final, big throw in the final, getting a score here. So really worked hard for the Japanese team, dominant in the team events, and then this is his 4th tournament in 2 months. So to have all those results, gold at the teams, bronze at Tbilisi, a medal at the All Japan, and then winning the Japanese selection tournament, I think it's just a really, really incredible 2 months from him. Now, I'm not talking about all the losses that he's had this year as well. Those are definitely playing into why he's not at the Tokyo Grand Slam, but nonetheless, 2 months from Tajima, very impressive. And anyway guys, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.